Hey folks, it's Aaron.
I'm Mark, he's the critic.
And he's the uncle. And today we have a special guest. His son.
The cousin.
The cousin, there you go. And this would be Jacob. So we just went to see 10 Cloverfield Lane. What did you think, Mark?
I liked it. It's a psychological thriller that has a bit of a slow burn, but boy, when it gets up to temperature, it's intense.
Yeah, the heat. Yeah. I loved it. I don't know. What did you think, Jacob?
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. I think this.
Well said, son.
I think this is one of those movies you're either going to be into it or you're not. You're going to love it. You're going to hate it. There's going to be. Mark sounds like he likes it. But I think that most people are not going to be that way. I think most people are going to love it or they're going to hate it. And I really love this movie. I like the characters. I think that they're very well developed over the 3-act structure. And I think that the movie is very claustrophobic, which is easy to say about a movie like this, but it's true. I only say it because it's true. It's, not only are you in a bunker most of the movie, which no spoilers there, you're crawling in little
tight spots,
and
it's also claustrophobic in the sense that there's only really a few characters.
Yeah,
very limited on the characters. So
I think there's 3 characters, maybe 4 if you count a certain person, but
yeah. So very limited that way, yeah.
It's part psychological thriller, part standard thriller, part science fiction probably because it has that end of the world element to it. So it's got a couple different genres going for it, and I like that. I admire a movie that doesn't care to just categorize itself as one thing or another, but tries to be its own thing. This, to me, was sort of like... People have been saying it's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. I think it's almost more like... because you had in Blair Witch Project, you had those 3 main characters that were lost in the woods. This, to me, feels a little bit like... Blair Witch meets maybe something Hitchcockian, meets something that J.J. Abrams would do. So
he was a producer.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was good.
Superb. Yeah.
I thought John Goodman was excellent.
Yeah.
And
I like the main character too. I was worried about that going into it. 'Cause she's a newcomer. I don't know her acting style. I was with her and actually very much wanting her to live. So,
yeah, and I thought she was believable. I liked that she was tough when she needed to be and vulnerable when that needed to be done. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. My only criticism, I guess, is that it takes the second act, I suppose, is a bit drags on a bit. But then again, you probably need that.
More like the third act.
Beginning of the third act. But you need it because again, they really want to ratchet up that tension, and so that when it unfolds.
Somebody called the ending a little anticlimactic. I would disagree. I hear what you're saying. I think you're probably trying to say that it's not anticlimactic so much as just slow.
Well, I don't mean the ending. I mean the middle.
Oh, the middle.
Yeah. I think getting to the part where it kicks off could be it drags a bit. But
see, I didn't, because right from the get-go I liked the slow burn. The fact that it pretty much starts with just her running and her running away and the music, and it's like 10 minutes of that, and I thought that was perfect. It just was like, whoa, this is one of those movies that's really avant-garde, kind of. Yeah. It's challenging your patience level, kind of like a 2001 Space Odyssey. Not quite as daring as that, but it's like, oh my god, this is taking 10 minutes to get into this thing,
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I didn't really have any problem with the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought they got into it quick enough. But if you like psychological thrillers that have also a bit of an action element to it,
yeah,
then I think this is right for you.
Yeah. So tell us what you think if you go to see it. What would you rate it, Mark?
I'd give it an A.
Oh, okay.
A minus.
Okay. That's a lot better than I thought. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going there.
It's your first 5-star this year?
This is my first 5 clapboard this year. I saw The Witch, and I gave that like a 4.8. Saw Deadpool, and actually I would amend Deadpool probably more like a 4.6. But so I saw a couple movies. I haven't seen anything this year other than this one that I'd probably give that 5 to. So
yeah,
this was a great movie.
You know, I think going back to it now that I'm thinking, when the tension really gets ratcheted up, it was almost to the Sicario level for me, where I was almost literally on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
There were cringe moments where I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
So it was good. And now, before we go, though, I do need to make an apology to Pixar and Inside Out.
He's been pooping on them.
Inside Out. I recently saw it again with Jacob, and I don't know if it's because the first time I was in the theater, or maybe I was watching it with the wrong audience. I'm not sure, but I had a lot more laughs this time with it, and I felt more connected to the little girl, and so to her story, and so,
yeah.
So I don't remember what I gave it before, but I'd probably give it an A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, did you see Zootopia?
I did not see Zootopia yet, folks.
Oh, well, too bad. We could have done on that.
Yeah.
I think...
although I'm hearing good things about it, so I would probably suggest you go see that too.
Well, I saw it.
But definitely go see 10 Cloverfield Lane if you're into psychological thriller and thriller in general. So
definitely.
And let us know what you think. Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.